Read from Nuveen, Chief Equity Strategist, Bob Dahl, one of the smartest financial minds I know. Bob, do you read or get into the whole political, chicken entrails reading, and does it affect your strategy one way or the other?
I do, Neil, as a hobby. I think in terms of the markets, not a whole lot. Look, we're going to wake up Wednesday morning and we're going to know who our president is. His name's going to be Trump. And we know that whatever happens in the House and the Senate, it's going to be marginal one side or the other. So I don't think a lot changes. Look, markets wanted two things from this president. One, a pro-growth tax bill. Check. Got it. Two, less regulation. CEOs talk about that all the time. Those two positives will still be with us on Wednesday morning. So I don't think it matters a ton for the markets in the near term.
Then there's the issue of a surprise, right? So let's say, despite that overwhelming consensus view that the House flips and it doesn't, I would think, and I'm not casting aspersions here one way or the other, but this is a largely Republican crowd, or they identify more with tax cuts, regulatory relief, the type of stuff you associate more with the Republicans and Democrats. That might not be accurate, but I think it's a fair overall view. And that if they got that, they'd really like it. What do you think?
Yeah, a trifecta, as you put earlier, I think is at least a modest positive for the markets. Look, if the Democrats do take the House, as the consensus expects, all the committee chairs are going to change and all the investigations are going to show up on Trump and his third cousin and everybody in between. And those headlines won't be fun. I don't think it'll affect the economy much, if at all. So, yeah, it's a positive for the markets, I think, if the trifecta continues.
I was thinking of you when I knew you were coming, that so many of the financial types on Wall Street have given an edge and donations to Democrats more than Republicans, not by a country mile, but by enough that it struck me as odd, given the fact that this president, say what you will of them, has done quite a bit for them and got regulations off their back, got tax cuts lower, in fact, record lower, and this is what they're doing with their money. What do you think?
Yeah, look, I think if you just look at what he's done, as you just did, it's hard not, if the economy and the markets are what you want to do well, hard not to think he's done some pretty good things. The people I hear picking on him on Wall Street, it's not about the outcome. It's about the process and character and all that good stuff. And, you play your money, take your choice, as they say. Yeah,
real quickly, the markets, with the bumping around that we've seen, we're 900,000 points, up from our lows a little more than a week and a half ago. Do you buy that cooler, calmer heads are prevailing now, or do we still have a ways to go?
I'm not convinced we've seen the low, but I think we've seen the region of the low. Look, this is about the economy and earnings and the Fed and interest rates and inflation. And those things have turned just a little more mixed, Neil, and that's what this is about. But the bull market's not over, in my judgment.
All right. Bob, always good chatting with you. Bob Dahl.
Enjoy.